TLDR. In 2020, Adam Kovic from Funhaus and Ryan Haywood from Rooster Teeth had been outed for being turds, aka one was grooming and the other one was busting nut on office equipment for his... Anyway. Since that time, both channels, and coincidentally the entire company, because Funhaus is owned by Rooster Teeth and Rooster Teeth is owned by Warner Bros. Warner Digital, have progressively lost viewership. Here we are in 2022, and there has been a huge info dump from previous employees of both companies. But to understand how far back it goes, you have to talk about Machinima. If you don't know what Machinima was, it was a cornerstone of the internet at one point that people aspired to be a part of, and Machinima essentially became an adjective as well to describe specific videos. Basically what Machinima was found out to be was essentially a company preying on creators to help them monetize and work with advertisers, ultimately ending in the company closing down entirely. A previous employee of Machinima has come forth saying that they had worked with Adam Kovic and had multiple issues, including stalking after a short fling, you would probably say, which was cut off after they had found out that he was in a long-term relationship. Keeping it classy, Mr. Adam Kovic. This ended up being one of many complaints from previous employees from Rooster Teeth and Funhaus, talking about Adam Kovic and plenty of other people, including founders of Rooster Teeth, being crass, crude, and another C word. I don't know if that's true. I'm just adding that in because it just sounded great in a script. Now, with that all over, let's get to the larger part of the issue. Currently, there have been a multitude of stories coming from people who used to work at Rooster Teeth talking about issues with middle management, upper management, founders, for company-wide bigotry, toxicity, and abuse. So let's go through the list of what those few things were mentioned. In the list, they added slurs, offensive nicknames, underpaying, abusing staff, and consistent overtime. I'm sure there's more, but this is TLDR, not explain the whole fucking story. So now this is all we know so far. I only do a TLDR for like one thing at a time. It kind of expanded quite quickly, but if there's anything more, I'm sure you'll want to know. But if you're watching TLDR, there's probably a good reason why you're watching this, because you can't be bothered going back and watching all that stuff. If this guy had to put it in an analogy, I would say that Rooster Teeth is much like the Hindenburg. It flew high and was appreciated by millions and hundreds of thousands, or hundreds and thousands and millions anyway. Majestic from afar from onlookers, but unfortunately filled with highly combustible gas, which I suppose at this time you could probably call rampant bigotry and abuse. I'm smiling, but there's nothing really funny about that. The aggressive irony of this entire situation is that Rooster Teeth for a very long time has toted the idea of community and acceptance, plus well-being, and other various keywords for all people, community, and employees. This has been the first episode of TLDR. If you enjoyed TLDR or any of my other content, please subscribe and hit the bell. I hate saying it, but unfortunately that's the only way that you're ever going to be able to see my content when I post it. So that's pretty cool.